Hello again everyone, Joanne with stampinginthevalley.com, and welcome to my craft room. Look at this beautiful card that I made with the Carols of Christmas stamp set and the sheet music background stamp. I love this stamp for Christmas. This is going to be a real go-to background stamp. The reason why we're talking about the Carols of Christmas today is because of the special that Stampin' Up is doing. If you become a demonstrator, you will receive, along with your starter kit, which is $99, and you get to choose $125 worth of product, you are also going to receive 2 D blocks, grid paper, paper snips, snail adhesive, a bone folder, and the Carols of Christmas stamp set. This stamp set right here. That is a $72 value just for signing up to be a demonstrator. Now, you don't have to be a demonstrator that does videos or does a lot of parties or, just sell. You can be what's called a crafting demonstrator. That's what we call it. If you just like to get the discount and the specials, this is a great way to sign up this month. It's good until the end of the month. Till July 31st. So if you're thinking about getting your Christmas order in early and getting this stamp set for free, because then you could just order the framelets that come with it, the card front builder thinlet dies, and they're $30. And you would have the whole set. So as a demonstrator, I was able to order this early, this set early with the framelets and the stamp set. But you guys as customers will be able to order it August 1st. So I wanted to show you a few things today that I was going to make with this set. I absolutely love the sheet music as background, as you can see. I did some gold embossing with the Peace on Earth right here. And I used the gold thread back here. The card base is chocolate chip at 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. The layer right here is crumb cake at 5 1/4 by 4. This layer of chocolate chip is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And the way I always do the little border is if you take off 1/4 of an inch, then you get 1/8 of an inch border on either side. So this piece is very vanilla at 2 1/2 by 2 1/2. Now I'm going to be back in just a moment to put either this card together again or something like it, but I want to use this most wonderful stamp set, Carols of Christmas. Back in a minute. Okay, I was messing around with this set in the craft room, and we went from this, which I love, these are great, to this wow factor, okay? With this stamp set with the framelets, you guys are going to love this. You're going to have access to this. Stampin' Up's letting you guys have access, the customers have access on August 1st. This is just a beautiful set. The stamp alone has such dimension to it. I absolutely love this. Of course, I've used stitched framelets, my square framelets. These leaves come from the Seasonal Layers stamp set. Our little wreath, I had some baker's twine here that is cherry cobbler, which it's retired, but I just tie a bow, and then this is these little jingle bells from last year. I really am finding a lot to do with them at this point. So I thought that was adorable, that little wreath down there. But I want to show you guys how to make this part of the card with the framelet and using the Misty with this, the sheet music stamp. So I take out, there's usually a foam rubber placed right here placed in this Misty, and that's for photopolymer stamps. But if you're using the red rubber, remove it so your stamp sits in the Misty. I love to use this tool. All of my magnets are off. I'm using my cherry cobbler. I'm going to lock that in really tight, okay? Because you're going to turn this upside down and you're actually going to ink this up right here in your Misty. Just ink up the whole stamp. I got a little bit on the side here, that's okay. And I'm just going to put that in the corner. I'm going to take my paper and I just lay it down on here and bring my cover over and press. I'm going to get a nice image. Now, when you do it like this, you know, I can't stamp it again, but I didn't want to take the adhesive backing off of my big rubber stamp, so this is the way I do it, and I seem to get a fairly decent result with it. So let me get my pickups here instead of getting my fingers in it, because if you pick it up with the pickups, you don't smudge it. Isn't that perfect? Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely beautiful. Okay, I really, really love this sheet music. It's going to be a great Christmas go-to. So I'll move this out of the way so I can clean it up. And let's just look at this again. I'm really, really pleased with that. Okay, I'll be back in just a moment. We're going to bring the Big Shot in, and I'm going to show you how to do the work that does this border, the frame that does this border, and a special tip on how to line it up, okay, so that you can repeat it. Be right back. Okay, let's talk about the framelets now that I've got the Big Shot moved in. This is a lovely framelet border. So it has a star right here, and then like this little flower kind of little petals right there. Reminds me of a punch we used to have. And it makes an absolutely wonderful border. Now we're using it, yes, for Christmas with the Carols of Christmas stamp set, but I think it can be used with most anything. So when you place this, because this piece right here is the first layer at 5 1/4 by 4, and it's Whisper White, and we stamped our sheet music background on it that I'm just wild about. And what you want to do is position this so you have about 1/8 of an inch border all the way around, okay, with this framelit. Now we're going to run this through the Big Shot, just like this. And then I want to show you how to line it up to cut the bottom part of it. Okay, so let's take a look at this. So now we cut the top nicely, okay? I'm just going to get my pokey tool and get rid of everything right here quickly for us and show you how nice this comes out. I love this. This border is, like I say, is just not for Christmas. Stars go for everything, I think. Kind of like hearts, you know, hearts and stars and that kind of stuff. I don't know. Okay, so we take that off. Now, I want you to look here where the 2 little holes are punched. Right there from the framelit. Okay, let me clear this. All my scrap off. My cutting plate first. Okay, put that back on. Now we're going to take this. Now remember where there are 4 little holes, which match up to these 4 little holes. Okay, let me get the little pieces of paper out of there. And of course I could have used my die brush and it would have come right out, but I'm right here. Okay, so there are 4 little holes. 2 here, and then 2 on this side. Okay, you want to line those up right with these little holes so that you can see right through them. I'm going to bring the Big Shot down because I want this to be perfect so that I can see this. Sorry if I'm off camera a little bit, but now I can see directly through there and directly through there. Now if it won't stay, just use a little washi tape, and then it'll just stay right where you put it. But I think I'm okay. I'll put the top on, make my sandwich. I push it down to hold it. Okay? Push it into where that handle, it gives it one little crank. Get that out of the way. And right there at the end. Good. Let's see how we did. We did perfectly. See how our little holes lined up? And then you have a perfect image that comes out on the bottom, and you have the exact 1/8 of an inch measurement, because that is like the perfect, the absolute perfect spacing when you put these one on the bottom and one on the top. This ripped a little bit here. I'm going to use a little Tombow to adhere it down. Okay, we can fix that. I'm going to get all these little pieces out. I should have used the die brush. I shouldn't have pulled it. But the die brush is over there and I'm over here. So, just for being lazy. And but I'll just glue it. It's okay. Okay, back in just a second and we'll start to put the card together. Okay, let's put this beautiful card together. So we're going to attach this element that we made with our framelets. I love that. Oh, I really love the sheet music. I want you on this to use some Tombow because it is so thin. You know, where it's cut out, and the liquid glue would really do a great job right along that edge. That's all you need. Not much. Just right along that edge. I'll just swirl a little in the middle and turn that over. And you want an 1/8 of an inch, because this is cut 1/4 of an inch around each side smaller, so you get an 1/8 of an inch border. And just put it down. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful, guys? I love that. I really like that. Okay, let's move that to the side. I've stamped my Deck the Halls, and I want you to see the shadowing effect with the ink that's already in that rubber stamp. I love that. Put that on the stitched framelets, and I used the largest of the squares. There's the number for the stitched framelets, and I used the largest of the squares. And with this, we're just going to get some snail. Go around the edge, applying even pressure so that you get the full 1/4 of an inch of the snail laying down on the back of the card. You see that? See, it's the full 1/4 of an inch, slowly and even pressure. So this goes here, and there's that little border around that makes a very beautiful embellishment. When you mix the layering squares, framelets, that's what I used for this right here. Here's the number on that, the largest of the layering squares. And then the stitched, right here is that layer, okay? And then the stitched framelit on top. You really get a fantastic effect of an embellishment with this type of layering. Let's bring our card back in. And on this we want to use some dimensionals. Such a great set. I'm glad that you guys are going to be able to order this August 1st, because it does help to get a jump on. At least, you know, you can see what you're playing with and get in the craft room and, you know, just mess around with it a little bit. Now this, I drop this down and I watch my lines here of music. So I want things to be even. Okay. So I'm going to come right about there. I love that. That looks great. Let's see, did I get that a little crooked? Just pick up one side. There we go. Okay, perfect. Now, these leaves, they come from the seasonal layers. This leaf comes from the seasonal layer die set, the Thinlits. And I love them. This is very intricate. You will need the die brush to get all of the, or if you're just poking it out with a pokey tool, just have patience. But they really come pretty. And I did this in our gold foil paper. And I just get my Tombow on the tips of these leaves because, and just like at an intersection so it doesn't pick up. But that's all that we need. Want that right there. Okay. And then I'm going to tuck this underneath my embellishment. Get the whole thing under there. There we go. Okay, and let that stick down. I've got glue on my fingers. It was sticking to me more than it was the paper. So just a little bit more Tombow all the way around here on this one. And again, this is the seasonal layers. So I was saying in another video that this stamp set and framelit set is really for all year. It has everything in it. It even has the snowflakes. I did these leaves because they were just so pretty being gold. Of course, I'm sticking to everything now over here. How funny. Okay, we're in good shape. Now, I want to show you, oh my goodness, these little boxwood wreath embellishments. You've seen me use them before with the door. I couldn't help but use it with this. Now, something like that with a card, it's good if you are giving it as a gift, or you put a gift card in it, or, something like to that nature. If you're going to put one of these wreaths on it. But I just put some glue dots on the back, 4 of them, and I'm just going to stick it right down here. Bringing my leaves around. Okay, this time I did a bow with the cherry cobbler baker's twine. I believe it is retired, but you could use anything to make a bow out of right there. And I put a pearl because it reminded me with the sheet music stamp set, it just reminded me of the white keys on the piano. So that's why I put a pearl on this one. I have a jingle bell on the other one. I like them both. Cute. We are done with this card, guys. I hope you enjoyed a little bit of Christmas again in July with our beautiful Christmas carols of Christmas. These were fun. This was a lot of fun with our carols of Christmas stamp set that we have here that will be available to customers August 1st. If you'd like to sign up as a demonstrator, go to stampinginthevalley.com and click on the big blue button and click Join My Team, and it will prompt you on how to do that. There's a most wonderful special right now with the stamp set here. You could get that for free, plus a bunch of other products in the if you choose $99 worth or $125 worth of product for $99, you do get all of this for free. I really wanted to show that to you again. The D block, the grid paper, paper snips, the snail, the bone folder, and the Carols of Christmas stamp set. So you receive this stamp set that has the Peace on Earth and the Deck the Halls right here. Absolutely a fun stamp set. Thanks again for watching, guys. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Have a happy day and happy crafting.